Hey everyone, welcome to another Yoga Flow with me. So for this week, we've got some shoulder strengthening. Our shoulders need more attention than we think. This is not just about these little caps of muscle here or even your biceps and triceps. This is also about recruiting your trapezius muscle and also your rotator cuff muscles. So a lot of the strength and mobility that we get in day-to-day activities as well as in weight training or yoga practice that involve the shoulders, they also need healthy rotator cuff muscle engagement as well, and the ligaments that are there. So these postures are definitely going to be geared towards everything, kind of like a comprehensive shoulder health checkup, if you will. So take what you need. Everything in here is definitely available to be substituted. Take what you need and really listen to yourself. I definitely recommend trying on the postures that you maybe aren't as experienced with, or maybe even that you've never tried before and maybe you're a little bit worried, but I would definitely try it out. Just try it, just see, especially the postures that are going to be a little bit more modern. So ones that are drawing off of traditional yoga postures, but with a little bit of a twist. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me know if you have any questions, reach out. Love to hear from you. Love seeing comments, love the messages. Everything I do is for you all. So yeah, let's get to it.
Starting off in child's pose, Balasana. Bring your big toes to touch and bring your knees wide. Stretch your hands out towards the top of your mat. If you want more low back release, bring your knees closer to each other. Otherwise, keep them wide for a hip release. And breathe. Take deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you want a little more opening, you can bring your palms to touch and then bring your hands to reverse prayer behind your head, just to help open up your triceps, maybe sink your chest down towards the ground a little bit more. On your next round of breath, breathe in through your nose. Seal your lips, breathe out through your nose. Coming into Ujjayi breath, just helping to generate some heat. If you want to generate heat, breathing in Ujjayi pranayama helps. If you need to release, let it go. Bring your hands down to the mat and then gently bring yourself up to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Take a moment here to ground down. Inhale, lift your right arm up high to the sky. Make a couple twirls of your wrist just to help open up. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Draw your right arm underneath. Right shoulder comes to the mat. Right cheek comes to the mat. And breathe. Just let yourself relax here. Maybe stretch your left fingertips towards the top of your mat a little more. Bringing your left hand close to your left shoulder again. When you're ready to come out of this, gently press your left palm into the mat. Inhale, draw your right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, lift your left arm up high to the sky and make some twirls with your wrists. Take some wrist circles in one direction and then the other. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Draw your left arm underneath your right arm. So your left shoulder's on the mat, your left cheek is on the mat. Same options here. If you want to stretch your right fingertips towards the top of your mat or maybe even a little bit more to the left side, you can. You can always press your right palm into the mat and just help to roll a little bit deeper onto your left shoulder. When you're ready to come out of this, press your right palm into the mat, lift your left arm up to the sky, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a minute to ground down. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Send your hips up high to the sky. As you breathe here, bend deep into one knee and then the other, just letting yourself open up here in your hamstrings. Press the floor away. Keep your gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Inhale, deeply bend your knees. Exhale, re-straighten your legs. Maybe your hips come up a little bit more. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, take teeny tiny steps towards the top of your mat. Bring your feet behind your hands. Bring your hands to your elbows for ragdoll. Focus on lengthening your spine here. It's not about your hamstring opening, so take as deep of a bend in your knees as you need. Let your hips come up towards the sky. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Bring your hands to the mat. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rise up to stand at attention, Samasthiti. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them down your back. Take a couple moments, a couple rounds of breath here. Maybe re-engage in your Ujjayi breath to build more heat. All right, coming to Sun A, Surya Namaskar A. On your next inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Press down into your feet, but then see if you can draw your ribs in. Draw your navel to the back of your spine. Roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale. Bring your right hand to your left elbow. Exhale, side bend to the right. So as you're breathing here, this is a side body opener as well as a tricep stretch. See if you can keep your hips facing forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Release your elbow. Exhale, side bend to the left. Bring your left hand to your right elbow as you lean your hips over to the right. Your arms are leaning to the left. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to maybe lean a little bit more. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend. Send your hips forward as you lean your upper torso back. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back here. Tuck your tailbones up into your heart space. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bring your hands down to the mat. See if you can take a little micro bend into one knee and then the other. Inhale, high halfway lift, palms to your thighs. See if you can bring more weight to the balls of your feet. Maybe press your hands into your thighs a little deeper to send your hips back. Stretch the crown of your head forward. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step your left foot back for a low lunge. Inhale, extended pyramid. Straighten your front knee. Draw your head down. Hug your right hip back and your left hip flexor forward. I'm using my right thumb to help draw my right hip back. So that's also another way that you can give yourself a little bit of a self-assist. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, rebend into your front knee. Inhale, down dog, kick your right leg back up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms up high. Exhale, side bend to the right. Right hand to your left elbow. Lean your hips to the left. Lean your arms to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Left hand to right elbow. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Don't worry if you can't lean back super far. Just get into this. Get warm. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back, this time low lunge. Inhale, extended pyramid on the other side. Same direction here. Hug your right hip back. Maybe use your left thumb to draw your left hip back as you let your right hip flexor come forward. Take an inhale. Exhale. Stay. Just one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Go ahead and rebend into your left knee. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high to the sky, down dog kick. Exhale, downward facing dog. That is Sun A. We'll move that breath to movement now. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat or hop. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the right. Right hand to left elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. You know where we're going. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, extended pyramid. Straighten your front knee. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, sweep your right leg back up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. One more side. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Make this your biggest side bend yet. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back this time, low lunge. Inhale, extended pyramid. Straighten your knee. Exhale, low lunge. Rebend your left knee. Inhale, sweep your left leg back up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing work getting your spine all warm and ready. Sun B now. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips down and back. Shift your weight back into your heels. Either your biceps are in line with your ears, or if this is a lot for your shoulders, bring your hands to heart center. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Maybe sink your hips down one more inch if you can. Inhale. Exhale, eagle arms. Sweep your left arm underneath your right, and then either bring your hands to a double bind or maybe grab for your shoulders. Draw your forearms forward as you draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, one-legged mountain, Ekapada Tadasana. Bring your left hip or left knee up in line with your left hip. Flex through your left toes, keeping your eagle bind. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Come back to chair land. Inhale here to reset. Exhale, eagle arms again, but bring your right arm underneath your left and maybe bring your hands to the double bind here. Again, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe even bring your hands away from your face a little bit. Lean into the intensity. On your next inhale, one-legged mountain. Bring your right knee up in line with your right hip. Flex through your right toes. Drop your right hip down in line with your left. Keep your balance. Press down through your standing left foot. Inhale. Exhale, unwind, come back to chair pose, arms either reaching up or hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Option to take a chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. First, you're going to come to high plank, top of a push-up. Plant your hands into the mat. Exhale, bend your elbows no more than 90 degrees, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your hands back. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's a full chaturanga dandasana. Feel free to take those every time. They're for building heat. So if you've got the heat and you don't need them, then don't do them. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Different halfway lift now. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Lift your left leg up. It's just like halfway lift, except you've got a free floating leg. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your left foot next to your right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle arms. Your left arm comes underneath your right. Inhale, single leg mountain. Bring your left knee up in line with your left hip. Exhale, bound airplane. Visualize where you're going from here. Hinge forward as your arms stay placed. Keep your left foot in line with your torso if your balance allows. Ease your elbows away from your body as you keep a micro bend in your standing left leg. On your next inhale, release. Come down into warrior two. Both feet are flat on the mat and you're lunging in your right knee. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm down, left arm up. Bring your right forearm to your right inner thigh for this first one. Think of it as leveraging your forearm against your thigh to help you open your chest to the left side of your mat a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, reverse warrior. Commit to the lunge. See if you can even deepen it a little bit. Find length in your right side body. Draw your right shoulder down your back. Inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Option to take a knees high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana as I'm demoing. Inhale, upward facing dog if you took it. Exhale, downward facing dog is where we're going to meet regardless. Find a round of breath here just to reset before the left side. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, single leg, halfway lift. Lift your right foot up in line with your torso. Maybe let your hands come to your calf for a little bit of a balance challenge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, eagle arms. Wrap your right arm underneath your left. Bring your hands to your double bind. Inhale, single leg mountain. Bring your right knee up in line with your right hip. Exhale, bound airplane. Hinge forward. Your right foot, your toes are flexed and you're pointing them down to the ground. Keep your right hip in line with your left. See if you can let your arms come away from you as you are hinged here. Keep pressing down through your standing left foot. Inhale, warrior two is where you land. Both feet are flat to the mat. Make sure that your left knee is in line with your left middle toes as you lunge through your knee. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana on the left side. Bring your left forearm to your left inner thigh. Reach your right fingers up. Don't think about how low you can reach to the ground. It's actually about how much you can open up to the right side of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the lunge in your left knee. Maybe even lunge forward 1 more inch. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Option to also hold high plank the whole time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You are building that heat. Way to go. All right, we're going to do that Sambi one more time. Breath to movement. We'll take out the first part, so just the left and right sides now. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm wraps underneath right. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left knee up. Exhale, bound airplane, take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep the lunge going. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, option for one-legged high plank, and option to take a one-legged high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Whatever you choose, meet back in downward facing dog. Take a round of breath in, round of breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Lift your right foot up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm wraps underneath left. Inhale, bring your right knee up in line with right hip. Exhale, bound airplane, hinge forward. Stay for the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, warrior two is where you land. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm down. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm stretches up and back. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Inhale, option for one-legged high plank on this side, and option for a one-legged high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Beautiful work. Meet back in downward facing dog. Take a round of breaths to reset and see if you have it in you to do one more round of this breath to movement. This is an opportunity to build a lot more heat. Don't feel like you have to do the other round. This is just completely optional. If you're ready, inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm wraps underneath right. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left knee up. Exhale, bound airplane, take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep the lunge going. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, option for one-legged high plank, and option to take a one-legged high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Whatever you choose, meet back in downward facing dog. Take a round of breath in, round of breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, single leg, halfway lift. Lift your right foot up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, eagle arms. Right arm wraps underneath left. Inhale, bring your right knee up in line with right hip. Exhale, bound airplane, hinge forward. Stay for the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, warrior two is where you land. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm down. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm stretches up and back. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Inhale, option for one-legged high plank on this side, and option for a one-legged high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Beautiful work. Meet back in downward facing dog. Take a round of breaths to reset. Always feel free to take a break too. You are building a lot of heat. Totally understandable if you need to just catch your breath. All right, some B with a little extra now. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle arms. Bring your left arm underneath your right. Stay here. We're coming to standing eagle crunches. Inhale, lengthen your arms up and away. Exhale, crunch your elbows in towards your torso. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Keep going here. 4 rounds or so here. Keep the motion as you keep your chair legs. Check in. Make sure that your torso is stacked. Well done. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left knee up. Exhale, bound airplane, hinge forward. Take an inhale here. Stay for the exhale, even if you wobble like me. Inhale, warrior two. Drop your back foot down, open up your arms. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm down, left arm up. Feel the openness in your torso now. Inhale, reverse warrior, stretch your right arm up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, option for one-legged high to low plank here. Inhale, upward facing dog if you took the chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog even if you didn't. Left side now. Inhale, lift your left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. You know where we're going. Inhale, single leg halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down and back. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm under left. Inhale, lengthen your arms up and away. Exhale, standing eagle crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale. Keep going at your own pace. If you want to make this harder, you can try to draw your elbows away from your face and your arms away from your face. You've got this. Awesome. On your next inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee up in line with right hip this time. Exhale, bound airplane. Staying for a couple rounds of breath. Really hone in here. Let the wobble happen. Stay for the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, unwind, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle, maybe your biggest expression yet. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Exhale, high plank, top of your mat. Inhale, one-legged high plank. Exhale, option for one-legged high to plank, or just take your variation. Meet back in downward facing dog, no matter what variation you chose. Way to go. Way to sprinkle in a little bit more heat. All right, on your next exhale, come down to your knees and just shake it out a little bit. Maybe even pause if you need a break. We're coming into our core section just to build a little bit more heat. Once you're ready to move on, come back to tabletop, and then we're going to start in forearm plank. So bring your forearms down to the mat like you're making the number 11. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Roll your shoulder blade muscles, your scapula muscles, your rotator cuff muscles onto your back. And then when you feel steady and secure, step one foot back and then the other, coming to forearm plank. Now from here, you can stay here. Make sure that your hips are in line with your torso. This is really hard for me to do, so I always look under me to see if I can see my hips kind of dipping a little bit low or a little bit too high. Now stay here or start to walk into dolphin. On your inhale, walk in. Exhale, walk back to forearm plank. We're going to do this a couple more times. Inhale, walk yourself into dolphin pose, hips high. Exhale, walk yourself back to forearm plank. Really feel your entire 360 core, your upper and lower back, your abdominal muscles, and your glutes really activating here. One more time, walking into dolphin. Walk it in steady. Keep your breath. Inhale. Exhale, walk yourself back to forearm plank. Hold here. Keep holding. You've got this. Exhale, lower down. Come to your knees and then just stretch your hips back into child's pose. When you're ready, swing your legs forward and then roll onto your back. We're coming into reverse tabletop. So come down to your back and then bring your knees in line with your hips. Flex through your toes. Bring your hands to a steeple grip. Pointer fingers pointed up. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. On your next inhale, drop your heels down to the ground. Exhale, lift them back to reverse tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower, lift. Inhale, exhale. Keep going here. Keep your grip pointing up as you tap your heels down and up. Keep your low back pressed into the mat to really recruit, especially from your lower abs. Keep going. You've got this. Just a couple more rounds, going as fast or as slow as you choose. Awesome. We just have 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. I definitely started to feel this myself. Bring your knees into your chest just to release, and then come to legs up the wall. Come back to your steeple grip. We're doing crunch ups with the grip, a little bit more rapid. You're going to inhale as you lower, exhale as you crunch up. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep your low back pressed to the mat. We are almost through with these. Keep going at your own pace. Keep your low back pressed up on the crunch up. Exhale, lower your knees back to your chest. Just a little reset. A little bit different way to do core. Gotta keep it interesting, right? All right, we're coming to our last core part. Bring your legs to legs up the wall again. Interlace your hands behind your neck. Keep your knees wide. Inhale, center. Exhale, straight leg bicycle press. You're going to lower one leg and draw your elbow to your opposite knees. So inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can keep your toes flexed. You can do whatever you like. It's really short. We're already done. Go ahead and start to rock back and forth the length of your spine. And then we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Whenever you're ready, take your time. You might be feeling this a lot, especially because we were using so many core muscles, so many shoulder muscles. So take any rest that you need. When you're ready to move on, we will. This is where all of the opening and all of the shoulder strength building comes in. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, come down to your left knee. Inhale, crescent moon, reach your arms up to the sky. Breathe here. Really feel your left hip flexor opening up. Squeeze your floating ribs in on your right side and then squeeze your left glute to help stabilize through your pelvis. Exhale, half moon to the right. Option to bring your right hand to your left elbow for another tricep stretch, just like before. Or maybe you grab your left wrist, either one. Inhale, reach your arms back up and then bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, revolve crescent moon. Bring your left elbow to your right thigh, to the outside of your right thigh. Find compression through your hands and stability in this posture. Press your hands into each other and then press down through your left knee to help lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, maybe twist deeper. If you want more intensity, come up high on your back toes. Bring your left knee up off the ground. Take one more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot off of the mat and then maybe even forward a little bit. Option to stay up high on your hands if that's what you choose. If you want to come down to your forearms, that's okay too. Whatever feels right. If you do come down to your forearms, let your head hang here. Even if you don't come to your forearms, let your head hang here. Just don't even try to hold up that extra few pounds that your head weighs. As you breathe here, feeling your hips open. Option to stay here longer, or if you're ready to move on, come back up high on your hands. Tuck your back toes, step back to high plank, and then come down to your knees. We're setting up for our funky forearm series. So funky forearm on this first time is going to be funky forearm plank. Bring your right forearm down to the ground and then take your left hand in line with your right elbow, shoulder width apart. Really root down here. Make sure that your chest is squared over the mat. And then if you start to feel strong, start to walk one foot back and then the other. It's important to hug your left elbow in here. Think chaturanga, honestly, just to help you really hone in on the bend in your left elbow. When you're done, come back to tabletop and then set up on the other side. Your left forearm comes down to the ground. Your right hand is pressing into the mat. It's in line with your left elbow and your arms are shoulder width apart. Feel firm here in this funky tabletop before you start to walk one foot back towards the back of your mat and then the other, coming into funky forearm plank on the left side. It's really easy to kind of feel like you're tilting one way or the other, especially with this left side. I felt like I was a little bit higher with my right hip. So really try to draw your right hip down in line with your left. Roll your shoulder blades, your scapula muscles onto your back. Lean into the awkward here. Focus on keeping your hips level. On your next exhale, lower down, come into child's pose. Just kind of reset from this. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Way to go. Way to get through that series. We're going to take it on the other side, but add on even more. Time for the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Come down on your back right knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Reach your arms up high. Stay here. Again, hug your floating ribs on your left side in as you squeeze in your right glute. Exhale, half moon to the left. Bring your left hand to your right elbow for the tricep stretch or reach for your right wrist, whatever feels nice. Keep your hips and your torso square forward. On your next inhale, lift your arms up and then bring them to heart center, your hands. Exhale, revolve, crescent moon. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Really hone in here. Try to keep your elbow anywhere away from your knee. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back to help keep your chest open to avoid caving in here. Option to keep your back knee down or to come up high on your back right toes to really lean into the intensity here. Deep breathing. Inhale, lengthen your spine through the crown of your head. Really stretch long. And then exhale, see if you can twist one more inch. Amazing work. Keep your breath going. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe it up and out just to give you a little bit more room. Option to stay up high or come onto your forearms here. Remember, your sides are siblings, not twins. So even though they share DNA, their personalities are probably completely different. That's something I love to say to my yoga students in real life too. You just got to remember that one side might be different than the other. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong or your body's wrong. It just means that things are different on some sides, and that's okay. You can stay here longer or start to come up high on your hands. Tuck your back toes. Inhale back to high plank. Exhale, lower down to tabletop. So we're coming into funky forearm plank on this round, but we're going to take it one step further. So again, set up your arms, right forearm down first. Your left hand is down on the mat in line with your right elbow. Hug your left elbow in. Don't let it splay out. Point it back. Really set up here. Feel your foundation and then step one foot back and then the other, coming to funky forearm plank. Now, option to stay here or come to funky forearm dolphin. Start to walk your feet up towards your hands. Now right here, you might feel like you're leaning a lot towards the right. Try to draw your right elbow in as well if it's starting to splay. I know mine did. You got to draw your elbows in. Roll your shoulder blade muscles onto your back. Exhale, start to walk back to forearm plank before you come back to tabletop. Now we're going to set up for the other side. Just feel how different it is on each side. Come to tabletop, left forearm down, right hand press into the mat, and then step back to your funky forearm plank. If you feel good here, if you're feeling rooted, start to walk your feet towards your hands for your funky dolphin. Keep pressing down through your forearm, in this case in your left forearm, to engage your rotator cuff muscles. Avoid buckling in your shoulders. Keep that right elbow tucked in towards your ribs to help keep your right rotator cuff muscles strengthened as well. Amazing work. Keep breathing. Start to walk yourself back to funky forearm plank, and then come down to your knees. Come to child's pose when you are ready. Sink your hips back. Stretch your hands towards the front of your mat, and just breathe here. Reset. You built up so much warmth and used it to do such complex shapes. All right, from this child's pose, come to tabletop, and then swing your legs out to the side and then in front of you, or just bring them out from under you and stretch them long towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms up high. Exhale, seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Reach for your toes or your ankles or your shins, whatever works for you. Don't worry about trying to pull yourself into this. Instead, just let your upper torso organically sink towards your thighs. Keep pressing your glutes into the mat. Let your head hang heavy. Keep breathing here as you just let yourself sink and relax. When you're ready, on your next inhale, lift your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, lower down onto your back. You can either lower down slowly, bringing your arms out long in front of you, just for one last little bit of core, or you can plop down. I'm trying to go as slow as I can, but take what feels right to you. Once you get down onto your back, we're setting up for supine figure 4. So go ahead and plant your right foot to the top of your left thigh as your left foot stays planted into the mat. Really feel the opening here. See if you can draw your right knee towards the top right corner of your mat. If you need a little more intensity, let your left foot float up and interlace your hands behind your left leg. Maybe you feel a lot of intensity here. If you need a little more, use your right elbow to help draw your right knee towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lower your left foot down and then let your right foot meet it. Switch it out, left foot to the top of your right thigh. Take what feels right to you. Again, your sides are siblings, not twins. So you might feel something a little bit quicker on one side than you would the other side, and that's okay. Just don't push it. Don't push it too hard. Exhale, bring your right foot down and then your left. We're going to set up for a different variant of supine twist. So go ahead and knock your knees into the middle. Let your feet come wide to the left and right edges of your mat. Tee out your arms and then drop your knees over to the right side of your mat for a little bit of a twist. Option to bring your right foot to the top of your left thigh to help draw your left knee down. You can keep your gaze over your left shoulder as you look to the left and let your legs really twist over towards the right. Deep breaths here. Really feel the internal organ massage going on because of your breath and your twisted torso. Inhale back to center, and then we're going to switch out. Go ahead and drop your knees over towards the left. Your gaze comes over your right shoulder. Maybe your left foot comes to the outside of your right thigh to help draw your right knee down towards the ground. Draw your scapular muscles onto your back here. Try to keep your shoulders planted. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Go ahead and release this. Let your legs be free now. On your next inhale, ball pose. Bring your knees into your chest. I'm taking half wind relieving pose, keeping my shoulders on the mat and drawing my knees towards my armpits. But you can take ball pose, bringing your knees to your forehead and curling everything in. Take one more inhale. Exhale, shavasana of your choice. I'm taking recline bound angle, the soles of my feet touching, knees wide, but take whatever you need. Take up space on your mat to really enjoy the rest here from all of the heat building, all of the funky forearm things that you've done, and just really celebrate the end of your moving.
Amazing work. You did so well. Hopefully this flow just helps you to feel almost like you could open your chest up towards the sky, that you could shine your heart upward because you've opened up in your shoulders and strengthened in your shoulders and in your back line so much. Whether you are on your back or maybe you're taking shavasana sitting up, whatever feels good to you, whatever feels right, take what you need to really recenter. Maybe take a comprehensive scan of your body as you are laying down. That could be starting from your head to your toes, maybe starting on the parts of your body that you've had injuries on in the past, whatever that might look like, whatever that is for you. Just take a scan of your body here in Shavasana and really see how you feel. You might feel accomplished. You might feel like every part of your body was activated and utilized in this entire practice that you just did. Maybe you feel like there were some parts of your body that could have been more engaged and weren't. Maybe that's something to look at not only for your next yoga flow, but maybe the next time you do a weight training session or some type of HIIT. Maybe that's something that you could use more attention on to maybe strengthen, so that way it can show up, it can be front and center. So you can hit those postures, hit those goals, hit whatever that you're trying to get to. It's not just about the goals either. It's about the destination. It's about what it takes to hit those checkpoints. Sometimes the word goals works for us. Sometimes it's the word checkpoints. Whatever it is that helps you to keep going, to keep progressing, even as you go through the up and downs. If there's something in your body that can be contemplated on, that can be thought about, take this time right now in Shavasana. Do that scan. Maybe you kind of just take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, you just feel your face relax and feel the muscles there. Maybe then you take another deep breath in. And then a deep breath out and just feel your neck just start to relax. And then maybe you take a deep breath in. And then a deep breath out and you focus on your upper shoulders and your upper back. And then maybe you feel a twinge. Note it. And then keep going. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, feel your chest and your torso relax. Maybe your rectus abdominal muscles feel sore. And if that's because of me, I apologize. Whatever it is, just use your breath to help you do that complete body scan and to really focus and give yourself that undivided attention that maybe you give so many other things in your life, but that we don't necessarily give ourselves when we need it. Whatever it is, take your time, relax, and just let yourself find what might be a little bit hidden.